This video is brought to you by me and Boots. What's up, Boots? Yeah, let's name him. Listen, guys, Field Day 2024. Who is ready for Field Day 2024? Summer Field Day. The day where everybody gets out in the United States and operates in the field somewhere you wouldn't normally operate to hone your ham radio skills, right? I like to do everything portable now in QRP. That happened when I got my RV. I like to, there's a tower right here. Haven't finished it yet. The gin pole's still on it, but Field Day, you get out with your local club, with friends, with family, and you get out there and operate on Field Day and try to make contacts. It's not a contest. It is just a point system to encourage people to get on the ham radio. Now, I will say two things. Number one, this video, I want to show you what our local Vero Beach club does. And you know Jim.
HamRadioConcepts.
Right? Jim is great. And the commercial, I have been to several public places, including my aunt and grandmother's house, which is not public, but the beer store, the store, and talked about ham radio. And they said, we heard this commercial on there. Wow, ham radio, people still do that? Yes. I want to put this commercial and show you what we do in Vero Beach on, Treasure Coast radio stations, terrestrial radio, to show how we encourage people to stop by to the open house, which is Field Day, and encourage people to come by. Hey, you don't have a license, you want to see what ham radio is, come on over and get on the air station and operate and try to encourage people. Listen, this is the reason I've done this for how many years, to get people into the hobby. Now, the easiest way to get into the hobby is using ham radio prep. And you're going to see that next week with Bryant, who has just got his call sign, and I'm going to be his first contact. That's the third coworker that I've had that got his ham radio license using ham radio prep. And among the tens of thousands that have used ham radio prep, use the code ERIC20 at checkout. Save 20% on any course you buy. Pull that trigger. Do that service. Get that ham radio license. And using ham radio prep, listen, next week, Brian's going to tell you exactly why it was so easy for him to get a ham radio license. The guy never touched a radio in his life, and now he understands what we do in ham radio. So I want you to listen to this commercial. I thought this was very fitting for my channel to show you what Jim Davis has done. Jim Davis is a great, one of the biggest and baddest radio station hosts and announcers that you've ever known.
You call that?
Very good, technically.
That's my mic technique.
Well, that's
the
right.
infamous Ann Carlini mic technique.
I have one over here with one of the springs that goes.
I
think that's a B flat, isn't it?
sound like Shamu talking at a SeaWorld, somebody talks.
I was like this, Pat. Ooh, I think that's a B flat.
Circle figure.
For the next couple of hours until 10 o'clock tonight, WNIC is recreating some of the old times and the good times. And Pat and I go back to the beginning of time together, back at the early days of the Big Eight.
Yeah.
And
Early.
and Byron McGregor and I started within 2 weeks of each other back November 1967.
Both kids.
That's right.
You were a kid, Byron, too. Yeah.
And I'm just waiting because I know Byron sooner or later will leave the room, and then we can do imitations of Byron. So,
We're tired of hearing about it.
12 minutes after 6 o'clock, we're reminiscing here. Thanks, Ann, on the WNIC reunion weekend. Here are the Winstons and Color Him Father. In tribute to that great radio station we all knew and loved, a little bit later on in our show, we'll be giving away our door prize of 1,000 Lawrence Welk records and a hammer. And now, the music of somebody else's life.
And I think this commercial is pretty awesome. So with that, I will leave you and see you and hear from you at Field Day tomorrow, 2024, 7-3.
Nice to meet you, Mike. My name's Jennifer. I'm located about 30 miles south of Anchorage, Alaska.
Field Day is Ham Radio's open house, where you can discover the fascinating world of amateur radio and learn about the science, skill, and service of ham radio. From satellites to solar, this isn't your father's ham radio. Experience cutting-edge technology, see live demonstrations, and learn how ham radio serves our communities and our nation. Join us this Saturday and Sunday at the Indian River County Fairgrounds Ag Pavilion for the Vero Beach Amateur Radio Club's Field Day. Ham Radio Concepts is brought to you by HamRadioPrep.com. It's never been easier to learn about ham radio before you take the exam. And Ham Ham Radio Prep makes it fun and guarantees your success. Visit HamRadioPrep.com. Use the code ERIC20 to instantly save 20% off every course you buy. Remember the name, HamRadioPrep.com.